Hey yo, it's your boy Porter, let's be real, man. And I want to welcome you guys to my podcast show, Good Vibes, Bad Vibes. And today we're going to talk about gangbanging. And how I feel about it, man. It's 2018, man, and we still gangbanging, man. That's crazy to me, man. And I want to welcome you guys to my show. It's live, direct, and it's uncut, non-scripted, baby. So here we go. Let's get it. So don't peace me. You wasn't repping, you was locked up in PC. Hold on, that's the cuz trying to call me. I was cashing out early in the morning. I'm the big Joe, don't do that. In the block, in the drop, they know who that. How the keys coming in, I gotta move that. Moving so fast, they like. So that is called Cuz Walk by. Let's see who this is by real quick, man. Just in case some of you guys want to know. His name is Papa the Don, and it's called Cuz Walk. Okay. So, so real quick, man. Again, thank you guys for tuning into my show. Good vibes, bad vibes, and it's live in direct, uncut, unscripted, man. And so let's talk about gangbanging, man. A lot of my young people, man. I hate saying that, man. You got these little high school punks. I call them high school punks because we all was like a little kid punk at some time. We all was, man. We all when we was kids, we thought that we knew everything. You couldn't tell us nothing, so you was a kid punk to me, cause I was a kid punk at one time. So, but you got all these little high school kids, man. They glorify this stuff because they think they know the ins and outs about life when it comes to gang banging and gang violence and hustling and you name it, stealing and killing. They think they know everything, man, because the way that the young mind works, it works off of a reaction. Kids, young people, they react first before they think about it. They don't think about it until it's too late. Like, if you are a kid right now who steals, you go to the mall and you steal, let's say, Jordan shoes. As long as you're getting away with it, you're going to keep doing it, right? Because that's a reaction. You react like, hey, you know what? Man, it's so fun stealing these Jordans. I got nice J's because I keep stealing these shoes, swapping them out, whatever the case may be. So it's all good because you haven't got caught because you're just thinking of your reaction. You're going off your emotions like, hey, I'm going to go do it. Now, once you get caught up, then that's when you start thinking like, wow, what was I thinking about? I'm dead now. Mama's going to kill me. Daddy's going, dad's going to kill me. Or in most cases, depending on your minority, meaning color, and that's being real. I'm not trying to go there, but it's true. You might be facing some serious prison time. Because everybody don't get that good slap on the wrist. I'm telling you guys some real shit, man. So, let me say this though. When I was young, I myself, I grew up around Bloods, Crips, different Latin gangs. Most of my friends today, to be honest, are gang affiliated. I have a lot of friends right now who are very deep into that lifestyle. And hey, I'm 33 years old, and I got friends a few years older than me who still out there going hard for the hood and for the set, whatever you want to call it. Um, Once you get yourself to the lifestyle, young people, there's a lot that comes with it. Um, when I grew up, I hung around people like that, and I got myself kind of involved, but not too deep. I got myself involved in the part of selling, selling drugs, hustling, being like a D boy. That was more of my speed. I wasn't really into all the gang banging because, like I said, I had friends who was Bloods. I had friends who was Crips and all these different gangs. I had friends who was enemies with each other, but I never wanted to choose a side because if you're my friend, you're my friend. I got love for you no matter where what hood you from, who you are. That's just how I was, and I'm still am today. I got friends still to this day. They don't like my homeboy because he rode with these people or vice versa. Still to this day, it's still like that, and I try to tell them, but Some people get it, some people don't. But young people, I'm just trying to just tell you, you got opportunity inside your life to not be like everyone else, man. You got to stay true to yourself at all times, man. Don't let this music get you killed or get you caught up in something that you're not ready for. Because I'm telling you, a lot of you cats right now, a lot of you young people, man, young men and young ladies, okay, you wouldn't survive in prison. You wouldn't, you wouldn't make it. I'm telling you, because you'll be a target. I'm telling you that right now. And a lot of you guys think you have a heart right now, think that you're tough because you be on all these social media sites talking all this smack and what you'll do and all this different stuff like that. But man, don't cause enemies for yourself, man. There's a lot of people right now, they can't even like wear a certain color. When they walk outside the door, they're always looking over their shoulder because they always got to worry about, the enemy, the rival. I mean, do you want to live your life like that, man? I mean, do you really want to not be able to go to whatever hood you want to go to or anything like that because you are a rival gang member against that set, young people? Because I talk to you because you guys don't think. I was young. I'm telling you, you guys do not think. You don't never ever think with your mind. You always you always do things before it's too late. You do things first. You react first, like I said earlier. Then it's always too late. Like damn. Man, I wish I would have listened to mama. I wish I would have listened to my dad or whoever is raising you. A lot of you young people are very disrespectful to your elders, and that's another thing. Our generation, when I was growing up, you know, my people they didn't play that. It was a zero tolerance. Talking back, man. A lot of you kids right now, I mean, you get away with, speaking back to your mother, to your father, especially men to men. The men in my family growing up didn't play that. They would have knocked you into next week for just talking back. Period. You know, us as men, as fathers, we have to do better when it comes to teaching our young men and our young women, what's right and what's wrong. Because the problem is, we're too busy trying to be friends and trying to be best friends with our young people, and that's what's hurting us most. Stop being friends with your kids. You know, it's okay to come down, to their level sometimes, but you guys is clubbing with your kids. You guys is drinking with your kids. You guys are smoking with your kids. Your kids thinking that you're so cool because you're doing all these things that they think is cool because they hear it in this music. And it's so crazy that music make our young people want to do some of the craziest things, should I say. If a female rapper rap about how many guys she sleep with, and she getting his money, and he's spending all his money on her, and all these type of things like that. And then guess what? Our young ladies listen to him. Our young little girls, 4 or 5 years old, be already, spitting these lyrics that only grown ups should hear, only grown ups should be listening to. I see it all the time. You know, if a female artist talking about her private parts, her assets, should I say, little bitty girls, I've seen it. You guys play it on. You can go to YouTube and type in just almost anything, of like little girls, rapping I don't know, a Nicki song or something like that. I'm not bashing Nicki or Cardi B or whoever. I'm not knocking nobody like that, but I'm just saying, our young people they get influenced so quickly because they want to be like them. That's their role model. They idolize them. So everything that they do, they want to do. See, that's when we gotta step in, men. That's when we gotta step in, mothers, because I'm telling you, we gotta step in because there's certain things that a man can teach a young lady, just like there's certain things he can teach his son, and there's certain things that a mother can do as well, with both as well. So it's very important because see, when it comes to something like that, I feel like the moms, the moms should be more of the one to kind of get inside their head. When it comes to this gang banging stuff, I feel like us men, we should really, really try to because I'm an average father today, got some type of street knowledge, growing up, whether if they was involved in it or not. The average man has been around some type of gang or gang affiliation or something of some kind, especially in my generation, from I say late '80s to the '90s. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, man, that you was out there, doing the most. I'm just saying, you know of it. You either lived in a bad hood, or you got some family members who was involved in it, so you know about the street life. See, a lot of people think that you have to be in the street life to know about the street life. No, you don't have to be in the street life. If you grew up around the street life and everything around you, I mean, there's no difference from me being involved killing somebody and me being that kid, standing on the corner watching you kill that person. It's the same thing. Been there, I saw it. You may have been out there riding doing it, but hey, me as a kid, I saw it. I saw you gun down this man. So I know what it's like, it being around gang violence. It's the same thing. The only difference is, that kid didn't, he wasn't involved, but he saw it. He witnessed it. He was there. Um, if you see people, doing drugs inside your house home or selling drugs, because you're not the one selling it, that don't mean that you don't know about it. If you sit right there every day of your life, watch your mother and your father do drugs and sell drugs and have sex for drugs and all this, hey, you've seen it. You've been there and done it. So, but our young people, they listen to a couple of songs, Mozzie, Lil Boosie, and all these newer rappers, should I say? And like I say, hey, I like all of that music. Hey, I listen to like T Nutty and Sebo and all that stuff growing up, Brother Lynch and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a slap to nobody, but I'm just saying, I listened to the music, I listened to the lyrics, and I understood what they were saying, but I never wanted to go out and go do anything that I heard in some of these songs. And that's the difference now because our young people, our young generation, that's what they want to do. They get caught up for the moment. And, they want to go do it. If a rapper says right now, I'm going to rape 3 or 4 girls, guess what? You better believe one out of 10 child is going to try that because they heard what that rapper said, because they love and they idolize that rapper so much. Every rapper nowadays sell dope. According to what I hear anyway, everybody's selling dope, flipping bricks and all this stuff. So guess what? Every kid right now, they want to sell dope, flip bricks, and get money. That's reality. So that's why it's very important for us as parents that we stay on top of our children and make sure that we don't let them get caught up in the street life, man. Cause I was involved in a huge debate, man. I made a comment, and it was actually about the song, about the Seawalk song. I made a comment on the post, and it was close to like over 1,000 likes and whatever case may be, and then I had I can't remember how many comments. It was just going and going and going. Everybody had to throw in their 2 cents, and all I said was, man, I can't believe that people still gang banging in 2018. I said, forget all this B walk and C walk. I said, B walk and C walk and get some money for your family. Take care of your family. You know, it was something like that. I can't even remember because there was so much, But I said something to that extent, and boy, so when I say the young people let me have it, the older crowd in my age group and up, they rode with me. They have my back. So we're arguing with these with these youngsters. I don't really call it arguing because I don't argue. It's more of a debate with me. But some of these young kids, they was trying to turn up a little bit on the internet. Everybody on the internet is gangster. Everybody's hard on the internet. You know how it goes. Everybody behind the keyboard is tough. So I had those little youngsters in there talking about, hey, on the set and all this different stuff and what they from and F what I'm talking about and which is fine. Listen, none of that stuff bothers me. That's why in my podcast show we debate. We have grown up conversations, man. You don't have to agree with me. I tell you guys that all the time. So, but anyways, so we're going in, man. We're going back and forth, and man, it was just amazing to me the amount of young people, and I mean the amount of young people that was so fired up over a Seawalk song. But I'm like, damn, I mean, when it's time to vote, ain't nobody fired up like this. You know, when it's time to vote or something important in the world, nobody's fired up. But when they came to the Seawalk song, um, they was fired up. They was ready to catch some hands, throw down, and everything. And then and then of course you have some bloods. They'll jump in on the post, start dissing the Crips, and this is all young people. And I'm thinking to myself, if any of you guys had to go to the pen right now, all you little young people that's doing all this talking, you wouldn't even survive. You would have to have protection. All you young people, man, that's talking right now about what you're gonna do, you wouldn't even survive. Because everybody's tough, when they got a gun in their hand. Take away their gun, then what are you? But I don't know. It was pretty amazing, and that's why I wanted to talk about this topic today because my thing is I want to motivate you young people to not let these streets get you guys killed, man. Man, I tell you what, man. If I had all the money in the world to put every child, every boy and girl into college for free, to help them get a good education behind them, a good skill trade. I know college is not for everybody, but at least a good skill trade to be successful, to keep you out of that type of lifestyle. I promise you I would because um, you guys are our future, man. Without you guys, this world is not going to survive very long. Our new technology is going to be because of you. Any breakthrough through our health and medicines, it's going to be because of you, young people. Um, the ones who protect and serve our country, it's going to be because of you, young people. So we don't need you guys killing up each other over a color, my friend. We need you being productive and being a productive citizen, in our country. That's what we need for you to be. And my heart goes out to some of you because some of you guys don't have nobody. Some of you young people right now, you don't have a mother, you don't have a father. You're getting raised by your grandmas, people like that, and they're doing the best that they can to try to work with you. But you got so much built up frustration and anger and different things going on that is setting you back. It's a setback inside your life, and that's so sad. But man, let me tell you guys something, man. Um, you're gonna go through trials and tribulations to start your life, man. That's the way that life is, man. But at the end of the day, man, don't never give up, man. Don't let nobody influence you to do the wrong things. You know it's not right, man. Listen, you know it's not right now. Somebody offers you some weed to smoke, okay? If somebody offers you some type of drug, it can be anything, something to try. And as a young person, if a young little minor or something, not to do it. But you do it because it's glorified. Because you heard it in Crip Walk by what's the name? Papa Don. Papa the Don. Because you heard it in that, or you heard Blood Walk by what's his name? 6ix9ine, the one who screams all the time. Because you heard it because you heard it, something like that. But young people, listen, if nobody else believes in you, your boy Poet, let's be real, I believe in you and I care for you, man. And I pray that all is well inside your lives and that you continue to grow, continue to learn and listen, learn and listen. So at the end of my shows, I normally give advice of what I would do in certain situations. So I'm gonna do something like this. If I'm a young person, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying what I would do in a situation. Um, let's start with the simple things, young people, because I'm getting close to the end of my show. Okay. Let's start with ditching school. Okay. Ditching school. It's gonna come a time, you know, a friend gonna ask you, hey man, let's go to this school. Let's go. Um, it could be for a reason of for sex. because somebody want to take advantage of you, and you so wrapped up in a person that you think, hey, I'm going to this school because it would make him or her happy if I go have sex with them because that's what they do. That's um, I always think, man. I mean, first off, you need to think about what's going to happen to you, the consequences. I'm not talking about punishments from your parents. I'm saying the consequences. What if you go have sex with a person and they give you a STD? What if you go have sex with a person or him or her get pregnant by you? Or, you get her pregnant or whatever the case may be. You guys have a baby or something. Think about those consequences, man. Because see, stuff like that is a setback inside your life. Because if you catch a STD or something, then guess what? You're gonna be embarrassed. People talk. They're gonna tell it. That's the way. That's the way kids work. Kids talk. Kids always talking. You know. Um, if you was to happen to get pregnant, or a young man, if you get somebody pregnant, guess what? Guess what happens with that? At least 17, 18 years of your life is down the drain now. Because guess what? You're gonna have to make a decision. Do I try to finish school, or do I try to raise this child and then try to get my GED or something later? Listen. You don't want your life to be like that, young people. Um, let's talk about the influence of drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol, young people. It's gonna happen to you. You're gonna be at a house party, or even in college. You're gonna be at a house party, and somebody gonna bring you something like, hey man, try this pill, try this pill, or try this try this pot one time. And you can't just take stuff from everybody because people lay stuff. People put stuff in everything. You think that's pot? It might be some wax. It can be, uh, some lace marijuana with some crack in it or anything. And that happens all the time. So you gotta watch that. And the way that pills will affect people. You can go watch YouTube videos all day, people. This video is showing you the effects of drugs and alcohol when it is not properly used, when it's abused. And I say not properly used because I'm saying you being young, you wouldn't know your limit if you was drinking right now. You wouldn't know your limit. Okay, if I drink one drink, I need to stop because when you're young, you try to fit in, you try to keep up with the big dogs. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's consequences behind everything that you do. I'm not talking about what your mom and dad is going to do to you when they find out. I'm saying you got to think about what it's going to do to you. You take too many pills, guess what? You overdose and you die. You drink too much alcohol, you can alcohol poison yourself too and die. Or, in your case, more than likely, you're going to go out, you're going to go hit somebody, probably kill somebody, and now you getting hit with a manslaughter charge, young people. It just little stuff like that. So you guys want to go smoke pot for the first time, and you don't know what a person's tricking you. You can go smoke some pot. That's not really pot. You pass out from smoking it. You get raped. It happens all the time, young people. I'm just trying to so my point here is I'm just trying to just tell you people, always think ahead. Think about other consequences. Don't worry about the physical consequences that could happen to you, like getting getting punished or something taken away from you. You need to worry about the stuff that it can do to you, to yourself. Always use your mind, young people. Always think ahead at all times. Don't let nobody stop you from anything in life that you're trying to achieve, that you're trying to accomplish. And I give you guys those words today. And hey, I hope you guys enjoyed my show. Why do we gang bang in 2018, young people? You guys don't know no better. See, the older cats, we know better. We know it's played out. It's been going on since the 60s and 70s, man. Gang banging been going on since then. People been Crips since the '70s or probably before then, and all this other stuff, man. It's I'm telling you, but you young people, you guys trying to bring it back because it's more of a it's more of a new trend. I say like a new trend. It's the new thing to do. Because it's crazy because all these new rappers that come out, everybody want to be a blood. 90% of all rappers today is bloods. That's all you hear: blood, blood, blood. Crips kind of sprinkle in between, but all you hear is bloods. And now everybody wants to be a blood, but young people, I'm not gonna keep going on and on about it. You guys are smart enough to know what's right and what's wrong. I'm just trying to just save some lives here. That's all that I'm trying to do, man. And listen, I hope you guys enjoy my show. It's your boy Poe. Let's be real. Good vibes, bad vibes. Peace.